So now we have to talk about the box and whisker plot and how to find the lower quartile, upper quartile, and the interquartile range and the percentiles from a given cumulative frequency curve. Now look at this question number 8 we have on page number 62. It says, find to an appropriate degree of accuracy an estimate of the interquartile range. So before I go on to find this interquartile range, I want you people to tell me that why do we need to find the interquartile range? Yes, why do we find the range, or why do we find the interquartile range? Yes, people, please tell me. Why do we find the interquartile range, or the just the range even?
Sir,
Any,
it tells us how dispersed our data is.
how to what?
Sir, it tells us how dispersed our data is.
Exactly. And there's one more thing. Now, suppose I take a test, okay, and I have marks from 0 to 30, okay, with an average of, let's say there are 22 is the average, okay. I take another test, and here the marks are, let's say they are from 10 to 28, and the average is still 22, okay. And I might have another test which is between 15 to 25, and the marks are still 22, okay. So which test do you think, if this is the test number 1, the test number 2, the test number 3, which test is giving me the best picture of students' performance in whatever the topic that has been tested? Yes? Which test do you think is the best test here? First, second, or
Sir,
third?
number 3, the third one.
The third one. Why do you think the third was the best test?
It has the smallest range.
Yeah, it has the smallest range. The marks are clearly between 15 and 25. This is giving you a picture that yes, the students have done well. And if we take another test from the same topic, somehow the average would be around this, okay? And this one is the weakest data over here because it has the largest range over here. The range is the maximum minus the minimum. So that is going to be 30 with an average of 22. Okay? Acha. Now to be more sure about the data, to know this data better, we find the interquartile range. You know what is this interquartile range? Yes?
Sir,
For
it's the
for
spread
this,
of the set
yeah,
of values from the mean.
from the middle, from the middle. Like suppose this is up to this is the first 25%, up to this is the last 25%. So here is the middle 50%, okay? The interquartile range deals with the middle 50% of the data. Why do we need to look at the middle 50% of the data? Yes? Any idea, any guess? Why do we need to look at the middle 50% of the data?
Sir, isn't it that the outer 50% could be outliers as well? So middle
Exactly.
50% is most
Very
representative.
good. Exactly. But you have used a very good term over here, which is the outliers over here. Okay. Now these are the, we'll be talking in detail, inshallah, tomorrow when we'll be doing the past paper questions. Now these outliers are, suppose there was just one student who got 0 in the test. Okay. And let's say there was just one who got full marks, and otherwise the majority was somewhere in this area. So because of these outliers, these people performing extremely, the result is giving us a different picture. There is a greater range of this. Okay, so to get rid of these outliers, we focus the middle 50% of the data. That is why this interquartile range is basically the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. The upper quartile stands at the 50%, I mean 75% of the data, and this Q1 stands at the 25% of data. So we look at the curve and we just focus on the middle 50% of the data to get a better, to more realistic picture of the data. Okay, so I take you back to the question here. That like this discussion was basically about why do we find the interquartile range. Okay, so that is to get rid of the extreme values and focus on the core of the data. Okay, now it says find the interquartile range. So when you find the interquartile range, guys, you have to look at this. Interquartile range is going to be first you find the lower quartile. Okay, so where do we find the lower quartile? The lower quartile can be found at, like, the total frequency over here is 100, so we'll find the quarter of 100. That is 25. Now, don't be mistaken, this 25 is not the lower quartile. That is the location of the lower quartile. Here we have 25. Okay, so you draw a dotted line here using a ruler, and then you go down here. So what do you think? What is the lower quartile? This looks to be 0.095 ohms. Okay. Yes, anyone? Can you confirm? If you have the book, you can try this from the book as well. I'll give you time to find this lower quartile, upper quartile, median, and then find this interquartile range. Please find that. I'm giving you 5 minutes for this. Okay, so with your help, we have found the lower quartile is 0.095 ohms, the median is 0.135, and this is the upper quartile, and then we found the interquartile range. Okay. How would I be finding the 90th percentile?
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Sorry, Q3 minus Q1, 0.23 minus 0.095 नहीं होगा?
Oh, yes. You're absolutely right. I have done this wrong here. This is, this was the 0.095. Oh, come on, bacho. This is point. Thank you, beta, for the correction. I have subtracted the median from the upper quartile. Oh, what a mistake. So what is this? 0.23 minus 0.095. Yes. What do you get?
0.135.
That is your interquartile range. Thank you, beta. Thank you for the correction. Okay, how do you find the 90th percentile? Yes, you know how to find this.
Sir, 90% of 100, it'll give us the location, cumulative frequency, and then it's the corresponding value.
Thank you. God bless you, beta. You are such a wonderful child. Very good, beta. You have told us in exact detail. Thank you, beta. So this is 90% of this. So we go down here, we go down here. So this is your 90% here, okay? The 90th percentile, I think that is 0.34. That is 0.34. Okay, you can try the other parts as well. Now I have to take you to people to the box and whisker plot, okay? Box and whisker plot is basically a summary of the whole data through 5 different values. Let me show you what kind of a shape is this. and then I bring you back here, okay? If you look at this, there should be some, yeah, look at this box and whisker plot over here. Can you see that? There are 5 values being shown. This is a whisker over here. There is one whisker in the beginning, then there is a whisker at the end. This whisker starts from the smallest value of the data, and this whisker ends with the largest value of the data. Then you have the box in the middle. The box starts from the lower quartile, and the box ends at the upper quartile. And then this middle bar over here, that is pointing towards the median. Let's draw the box and whisker plot for this data that we have just found from this diagram over here, okay? So I think it's like this, yes. Okay, now this box and whisker plot is always drawn on a graph paper. So I'll be using this graph paper over here, okay? And I'll show you how do we draw this box and whisker plot, okay? Now, in a box and whisker plot, if you look at this again, you have to show the scale through a horizontal line. Can you see this line over here showing from 0 to 4 over here? So you can have this line below this diagram, or you can have this above this diagram. So this should be a proper scale. This is a proper scale diagram, basically. Okay, so in our case, the scale is already there because we are just going to draw this using this diagram over here. Okay, chaliye. So the scale is already there. Okay, so now let me show you how to draw this. Now, my box is going to be starting from 0.095, and it will be ending at 0.23. So we had here the 0.095 was here, okay? So I'll be, this goes up to 0.23, yes. You see, I have taken the width to be 2 centimeter. So this is up to you that how wide you want to keep it, okay? My median is at here. So I'll just be drawing it like this, okay? And then I have to draw the whiskers. So this goes from picking this from the middle here, this will go up to this. This ends here. And from here, this will be ending here. Okay? So this is the whisker. And here you need to draw a line as well. Like you have to keep a fixed length. Like I'm keeping this as 4 small dabbas here, okay? So this one is my box and whisker plot. Do you get an idea how to draw this? What information do you need to draw this box and whisker plot? Yes, bachcho? Bolo yaar. Are you clear? How do we find how we draw? Anna, you basically need 5 things, 5 kinds of information: that what is the least value of the data, what is the maximum value of the data, and what is this, where is the lower quartile, where is the upper quartile, okay? Now, let me take you to one more diagram and you try it again. Okay, let's draw the box and whisker plot for this particular curve over here. We're just going to do some cheating. Let's see that the lower quartile is 8 and the upper quartile is 14.5. I'm just going to keep it here. Okay. So let me note it down that the lower, what was the lower quartile, bacho? 8, and the upper quartile was
14.5.
And we can quickly find the median. There are total 500 values. The median is going to be at 250. It is going to be here, somewhere here, right? So that is going to be, yeah, here. So what is the median, bacho? That looks to be 11.7-ish lag raha hai mujhe. This is 11.7 something, okay? Let's draw its box and whisker plot, okay? Now the box is, the scale is already there. So we have the lower quartile at 8. So I'll be using his diagram, okay? Yeah, geez. So this is 8, and here is the upper quartile. Yeah, I'm using his working. Okay. No. Here is the upper quartile. Yes, this one is the upper quartile. Yes. क्यों बच्चों? So this was the upper quartile, and the median is at here. This is the median here. So this box goes like this. Yes. And now we have to draw the whiskers. I'll pick the middle of this box. This is here. Okay. And I'll go up to this. Okay. And then I'll pick the middle from here, and I'll go up to this. Yes. Okay. And then I draw these. Okay. And this is. So this is my box and whisker plot. Okay. You can have a smaller box. Maybe you can have a box like this. Oh, sorry. You can have a box maybe like this. This is totally up to you. You can have a box like this. This looks better, okay? And rather than a very choda, very wide box, you can have this. This looks neater, okay? Anyhow, but I believe you guys have learned how to draw the box and whisker plot. Now, when we draw the box and whisker plot, this gives you a clear picture of the spread of the data. This also tells you about the outliers. As I told you, I'll be telling the outliers in tomorrow's class, inshallah. Okay. Now, when we draw a box and whisker plot, these box and whisker plots are of 3 kinds. Let me show you over here. I'm just going to focus on the box. Okay. I'm just going to draw 3 boxes here. Okay, and I'll use this one as well. Okay, now there is a line over here in the middle. There is a line over here in the middle, over here. Let me draw one more box here. Okay, and I have a line towards this over here. Okay, as you know that you have this one is the lower quartile here. This one is the median. This one is the upper quartile. Here is the lower quartile. Here is the median. And here is the upper quartile. The lower quartile, the median, and here is the upper quartile. Achha, if you look at this first case, your Q3 minus Q2 is same as Q2 minus Q1. You see this Q2 is right in the middle of the Q1 and Q3. This means that the data is evenly poised. So there is no skewness in this data. And towards the end of the syllabus, you will study about this in detail. This is called the normal distribution. Okay. So you will be studying at the very end of your paper 5. Now in this case, you see that your Q3 minus Q2 is greater than Q2 minus Q1. So this means that the majority of the data is after the median towards the greater side. So this means your data is positively skewed data. Your data is positively skewed. And if you look at this case, you have your Q3 minus Q2 is less than Q2 minus Q1. So the more values are towards the lesser side of the median. So this means your data is negatively skewed. Okay? So I have tried to explain you how to draw this box and whisker plot using the lowest value, the maximum value, the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile. And then we have just discussed that how can we determine the skewness in the data? How can we see the spread of the middle 50% of the data? Inshallah, tomorrow we shall be discussing the past paper questions. Do you have any question from here? No? So that means the things are done.